What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's another sporting video. I want to chat about Super Rugby and the format of Super Rugby. Now, I'm not in agreement with the current layout of the format, with the 4 conferences and all that stuff. I believe they must go back to the full-on log. So it's 15 teams or whatever, however many teams, it must be the full-on log like they do in the Premiership. Because that way we get the top of the top and there's none of this first place of the Australasian Conference and of the second South African Conference going up into third and fourth place, because it's not fair once you hear the stats. I'm going to show the log right now, and then we're going to discuss it. I've highlighted the Stormers and the Brumbies in red. You'll see why following the point system, and once you've had a look at that log, I'm going to go into a bit more detail as to why I do not agree with this format. Right, as you guys can see, the Stormers are sitting on 30 points and the Brumbies are sitting on 28 points. Now, second place, the Lions are on 56, and fifth place, the Hurricanes on 48 points. They shouldn't be in fourth place. They should be in third place. And then it should be 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Brumbies should not even be in the log. Australian rugby has been fraught this year. No disrespect to any Australians watching this, but log format, they shouldn't be here. Same technically for the Stormers. They shouldn't be here either, because they're sitting on 30 points. The Sharks, who are the second team within the log, are 42. So it should be the Lions and the Sharks in this log overall, because that's how the point system works. It's going to help develop the teams better, because currently you're letting a weaker team go on top. They're going to get smashed, and they might cause an upset, but they don't really deserve to be in the top or in the playoffs or quarterfinals or whatever it's called. They don't deserve to be there because they haven't played great rugby this year. And the same goes for the bottom 3. The Kings are getting kicked out. Why? They're 10th or 11th on the log out of 18 teams. They're ahead of the Bulls, they're ahead of the Cheetahs. Now I understand why, it's because they're one of our weaker teams. But they're not really. They've played very good rugby. They have beaten the Waratahs, the Jaguars, the Sharks, recently the Bulls, and could very well beat the Cheetahs this weekend. Do they deserve to go? According to the stats, they don't, because they've played good rugby. Cheetahs, unfortunately, yes, they're in the bottom 3. Rebels, Sunwolves, yes, because they're in the bottom 3. I know we want to grow Japan rugby and make it bigger and better, but if the teams are weak and if they're not interested in playing, or if they're not developing or getting better, then what's the point of them being here? I know the Sunwolves have had good-ish games and have surprised a few people here and there, but they got smashed 90-odd against the Lions, and I think the Cheetahs did the exact same thing. Why are they there? Why aren't they getting kicked out? We need to think of this. SANZAAR needs to think of this going forward, because it's not fair on teams like the Kings who are getting kicked out for having the best season they've ever played in Super Rugby history, if not rugby history, in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. So it needs to be thought back. This process needs to be thought about, and I hope next year this 4 conferences or 2 conferences or whatever they're going to do next year goes away. Stop putting in conferences, because teams that don't deserve to be in playoff games are in playoff games. And other teams like the New Zealand teams, who should have all of their teams there, the Blues are losing out when they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. A team with 30 points and 28 points versus 56 and 42 or 45. Where's the logic in that? Where does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. New Zealand must have their teams in. South Africa, the Sharks and Lions must be there. And the Blues, as I said, New Zealand teams must be there. Australia, sorry guys, you've played bad rugby. You don't deserve to be in the top 6. Just like South Africa has had problems over the years in the past We hardly made playoffs games until the Bulls and the Sharks and Stormers started getting better. But we had to suffer, so the other teams must suffer. These favours to help other teams, it's not working, it's not developing rugby. The problem at the end of the day is the coaching staffs of the various teams. They need to change and they need to move in order to help develop the team's rugby games. Don't change log systems to make it easier for other teams, because it's not working. It's not working at all. They're getting smashed and hammered, and if they're given challenges in order to get to the top 6, then fine, but then they've deserved it. Those two teams, Stormers and the Brumbies, haven't deserved their position there, in my opinion. You guys might have a different agreement. I know very good friends of mine are Stormers supporters, that they're going to go at me this weekend, but at the end of the day, I'm not wrong. It's in the stats. So, what are your guys' thoughts? How do you see this phasing out? What do you want going forward in Super Rugby? And do you agree? Should there be conferences, or should it just be a good old-fashioned log like the Premier League, and we have the top 6 or 8, then we go to quarterfinals, semi-finals, final, and then the bottom 3 relegation, and then they have to play against whoever the other top nations are or gets selected, so we can have a rotation and other teams can come back. I think it makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comments below, so we can discuss this and debate it further. To all my rugby subscribers, I want you guys to also comment down below and share your thoughts, because you guys post awesome videos about these rugby events and topics like this. Let's discuss this, because it needs to be resolved, and hopefully this can get noticed by SANZAAR, and they can actually catch a wake up and do these things to help the teams. New Zealand are the greatest rugby team in the world. Their provincial teams are playing the best rugby in the world. They deserve to be there, because they're playing phenomenal rugby. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you did, it was a different one, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so we can continue this awesome growth that I'm having on this channel. So yeah, guys, stay safe, keep watching sport, keep smiling, be positive, and never give up. Cheers.